I'm Hanbit, and I'm a pastry chef from Korea. Hi everybody, it's Hanbit here. 안녕하세요, 조한빛입니다. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an amazing apple cinnamon muffin. And this apple cinnamon muffin will have crumble on top, so it'll give an interesting texture. I know that when we usually talk about muffins, it's not super dessert-like, but I've given my touch to it, so it's more like a dessert type muffin. It's going to be delicious, so I'm pretty sure you'll like it. So first, I'm going to make the crumble. And making this crumble is super easy. You only have 4 ingredients. Here I have room temperature butter, so that's butter at around 21 to 22 degrees Celsius, light brown sugar, almond powder, and cake flour. If you don't have cake flour, you can use all-purpose flour, it doesn't really matter. And the way to make this crumble is simply to mix all the ingredients together, and I'm going to mix it until it reaches the size of the crumble that I'm looking for. First, I'm going to smooth the butter. I'm going to add in the light brown sugar, mix that in, and then add in the dry ingredients. So I like the size, so I'm going to stop there, and you are the one who controls the size. If you mix less, then you'll get smaller crumbles, and if you mix a bit longer than what I've done, you'll get larger crumbles. So feel free to play around with the size of the crumble, and for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this in the freezer. You want to keep it in the freezer and just use it whenever you wish. The next step here is to make the muffin. So I'm going to make the muffin batter, pour it into the pan, and then place the crumble that I've stored in the freezer and place it on top and then bake it. Right, so now it's time to make the muffin. And the muffin that I'm making today is an apple cinnamon muffin, which means you have the apples and then you also have the cinnamon part, right? So for the apple part, I'm going to use apple cinnamon jam. And this is store-bought apple cinnamon jam, and I think it's good enough. For the cinnamon part, I'm going to add a bit of cinnamon powder. So apple and cinnamon is just perfect. So going through the ingredients, here I've got room temperature butter, so 21 to 22 degrees Celsius, sugar and a bit of salt, whole eggs, and then I've got dry ingredients. That's cake flour, baking powder, baking soda, and cinnamon powder. Over here I've got heavy cream, it's going to give a softer texture. And finally, apple cinnamon jam. If you want to use your own apple cinnamon jam, feel free to do so. First, I'm going to smooth the butter and then add in the sugar and cream the mixture. Right, so now I'm going to add in the eggs, and the eggs are at room temperature as well. And I'm going to add it in let's say 3 to 4 additions. So now I'm just going to add in all the rest of the ingredients, mix them, and that's pretty much it. Great, so the batter looks good, and now I'm going to pour it into the pan. I've placed the paper cups in the muffin pan, and now I'm going to pipe the batter. Now I'm going to place the crumble that I've stored in the freezer on top of the batter that I've just piped. Now once you place the crumble, you just want to press them down slightly, just gently, so that they sort of stick to the batter. Because if you don't, a lot of them will just fall off to the side while it's being baked. Now everything's ready, and I'm going to put this in the preheated oven. But the tip here is that in order to bring out that apple cinnamon flavor, what I'm going to do is after it's baked and while it's piping hot and straight out of the oven, I'm going to place a bit of the apple cinnamon jam. And I'm just going to place them on top. And then I'm going to bake it for another minute or so. And then you're really going to get that kind of richness of that apple cinnamon flavor coming out. So it's a useful tip, so do try it out that way. Alright, so this has just come out of the oven. It is piping hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place some of this apple cinnamon jam on top of the muffins. And then I'm going to bake it for another minute or so. So now I'm going to bake this for about a minute or so. Right, so this has just come out of the oven, and baking for about a minute or two with the apple cinnamon jam on top really kind of brings out that flavor and that aroma. So I think it's worth it. And now, well, I want to try it now, but I'm going to let it cool down, and then I'm going to decorate it and then try it. Cool, so that's done, and now it's time to try it. Wow, that is seriously good. I can really taste the apple cinnamon, and the crumble on top gives an interesting texture. So overall, it's delicious. So how was it? Apple cinnamon muffin. It just has to taste good. I'm sure you love it, so please give it a go, and I'll come back next time with another amazing recipe. Thank you very much. 감사합니다. For more YouTube videos, please click here. If you want to take a step further with your baking and pastry, then please visit my website on www.hanbitshow.com. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.